Alright, we are recording, and as the screen clearly shows, I'm not in Darksiders 2. I'm actually in Satisfactory because it is now on update 3, and I bring up the notes like what to talk about. Now, it is on the experimental branch, so when you get the game on Epic Games Store, and it's coming to Steam soon, that has been announced. Actually, over here. I don't necessarily see it in there. But when you get on Epic Games Store, there's two versions. There's the early access version, that's what I had been using. Think of that as the stable branch, even though it's still technically pre-release and so not necessarily 100% stable. But then there's the experimental build where things may not be as stable, but also you're more likely to see like hotfixes and such for things, because not everything is fully balanced yet. Now, it'll be this. Not everything works. So here, this is actually how I'll do it. And I actually made a new save for the update 3 stuff. But yeah, so I'm holding on to the original saves, so you can see some of the changes, and then I'll load up the other one. Where I went through and already made a number of changes, but also like redid this stuff, so it's actually like getting to automated. So yeah, first thing is, something's missing there. That's because the research thing is now going to be its own separate object. It also has a different interaction. Space elevator, it has changed. Not visibly and not in its cost to build, but in what it takes. Now you have to use these things. Smart plating, crystal framework, automated wiring, but what's important about these is they cannot be produced by hand. So how I started off this world with trying to do everything by hand until I could automate, they specifically do not want you doing that, basically. And to a certain extent, I'm a little okay with that, but it's also very, especially since they did rebalance some things. Oh god, it makes things easier. But coal is now locked behind that, so you have to be able to set things up and have it all running off of biofuel, which I don't really like. Anyway, the biggest change, I need to go up there to where the coal is to show. But yeah, they rebalanced a lot, and my favorite thing they rebalanced is the screws. I think it used to be they gave you 6, now it gives you 4 for a rod, which, yes, it is technically a step down, but 4 goes into the cost so much nicer, so you don't have these errant screws around, which is why I always hated it. There's some other stuff too, including a complete rejiggering of the research stuff, new stuff being added that you have to access a certain way. I have that set up in the other save. Well, in the update 3 version of this save, so once I load that up, I will show it. But a lot of stuff does work fine. Like my big save, my over 200 hour save, that basically, yes, all power in that should be broken. I know all coal is. I don't know about the gas burners. I'm not sure about those. Those might, they shouldn't be working, but it's possible that they are, because they changed how fluids work because of something I'm about to show here. So those are the coal generators, and fortuitously I picked a good location here, because now notice they have 2 inputs. They have that one for taking the coal like that, but then they have this. That is for pipes and water. So fortunately there's water right there, but I did need to set it up. And getting that right was actually a real pain in the ass, because the splitter basically for the water for pipes is not so convenient to place. But anyway, so this is what the MAM looks like. So this is where you want to research something, you take it here, and now it's actually got a research tree kind of thing, which is kind of nice. It lets you see forward more easily. I actually haven't seen. I think I have a couple hard drives. Let me actually get one of those scanned They don't actually know what it will do. But there, so that's going to take 10 minutes. But it lets you, you know, see the stuff. They also changed what the costs are. Yeah, this one, they had this so broken. It required 20 of the power shards, which means finding 20 of these guys or 11 of these, because you need one to unlock the ability to make them into power shard. And not that easy to find. All that kind of stuff. We also got this, the awesome shop, which was teased, and some people did freak out that, oh, we're getting microtransactions. No. No, what is actually going on, and I don't have it over here, it's over there, is you get these coupons. Do I have any? Oh. No, I don't have any sitting there. In here? Thought I had. Nope. So, you can get these coupons and then you can purchase these different things, which in this case it lets, you know, like if I purchase that, I will be able to build all of those. It's not like I need to purchase them each time. That is the case though with this. You can use it to shortcut getting some supplies. They added this, which I'm trying to remember. There is a way to pull. Oh yeah, we've got crouching. What is it? There is. I bumped it by accident one day. There it is. So there are emotes, and the coffee cup fits in with one of them. You can get statues now if you just need to sync stuff, I guess. Factory railing. This is wonderful. Oh, and by the way, this save is kind of busted because no. Ah, well here you see walkways there, but oh, did I not unlock them yet in here? I might not have unlocked them in here. But because it had been just normal tier stuff, normal milestone stuff, on the old save it was already there. But yeah, now we've got curved foundations, which is nice. But the corner ramps, that's awesome. The upside down ramps is also really nice. You know, and I wonder, that ramp double may actually be helpful for a way of building up and down, which was always a pain. Like I don't even know if it would have been any of the videos, but like that going up, I would actually, or down especially, that's really hard. I would build a walkway all the way down, because those would attach to each other fine, and then turn around and have to build that behind me. Very annoying. But now with the railings, you don't need to use walkways, at least on flat things. I hope they added where it'll work with the angles. I don't know how these will be. I am looking forward to them though. Foundation frame, foundation glass, because no, that's here. We now actually do have glass, so you'll be able to see into things. Oh, another change. They've enabled some amount of multi-threading, so the performance should be much better. You'll notice that all the stuff with the doors and the conveyors is now requiring that, but I already had that stuff unlocked. Although not the conveyor stuff, it looks like. No. But this is the real awesome stuff. To a degree at least, is that now you can, with the conveyor wall power mount, well, the pipeline mounts. With these, it'll just help with, like organizing thing on walls. Unfortunately, I don't have any walls in this save to show. But this is actually really neat. The wall through hole. I just set one of those up in the other save, and I can show that later. It works so nicely. Just get everything nice and lined up. But this is the thing that I think most people look forward to. So now you can have a double-sided wall power pole. So basically, you can have power go through a wall. You have to build one of those. It's not like you just attach to the wall generically and then it works. Supposedly that's something that they want to do though, or have powered foundations, so that you can just, plop something down and it's powered by sitting there. But this is still very, very good to have. They also added this, which is kind of silly. It is just a little thing for you to drive around, and goes at 40 kilometers per hour always. Like I went up an incline, it was doing that fine. I was going horizontally, it was doing that fine. Down incline, same speed. It just was very hard to control, but it looks like they might be changing that. So this is one thing that I changed from that previous save. I set up. Why is that not powered? Oh, wait, I think... Yeah, this is just not actually hooked up. That's... Oh, yeah, they made this better. The ability to power that stuff is... Well, to connect things there is much, much better. Okay, I was just trying to remember, why the hell do I have this? But that's right, so that's because I've got this set up so it can be two-sided. That's the other side, it's just not built yet, or set up yet, because I only wanted it for spacing. But we got now another use for copper, which before it was always and only for wire, basically. Although you could use the copper ore to make iron ingots more efficiently with the alternate recipes, which they've rebalanced those. I haven't gotten any yet. I haven't really been looking, so... Although I will see one soon, because of it building there. But now, we have these things, copper sheets. You need them for pipes. So it's, hey, copper now has more use. Which is definitely good. It needed something. Alright, I am not sure why... Oh, that's why, because I was building that stuff. I was like, why do I have so many iron rods? It's for the screws and such. But yeah, the fact that it's by 4, oh, that's so much nicer. Let's head back up there. Kind of wish I had the cart, or the exo leg things that let you run a lot faster and jump higher. I mean, it's really the jump higher that's so nice, because then these things that are the 4-meter tall, these, you can actually jump onto them. Oh, there's another thing that I noticed. This was in the main build. Sorry, in the main save of mine. Because I needed to unlock a whole bunch of milestones. And this might be a bug, but I kind of, well... There's two aspects to it. One, I hope... Well, it is kind of already there, so it's not... It would be nice if they did it a little differently. But it let me basically just put all the materials into things, and then into the milestones, and then just launch them all. And it's like, yeah, that's not quite right, but something would be neat to have. Is easier to manage just dumping a whole bunch of stuff in there. So as you can see, I've got it set up with the water, and do this, and yeah, this is getting, they need to sort things better. But now, like, I can do this, and you see how it's got that kind of curve to it. You can change it, current build mode, default, to a conveyor 2D, not actually sure exactly quite how that lines, but vertical as well. Well, now it tries to keep to horizontal and vertical plane, which is nice, that's what I want. But we also have this now. You can very easily rotate things around. This also goes for the conveyor stands. Been able to do that for a while, but now we can also do that. It's so nice. But yeah, placing one of those things is a pain in the ass, because it doesn't snap. It has no snapping. See? It's like I want it aligned correctly, especially since like the distance for that, because it's snapping to the foundations, it's fixed. It's gonna fall on the nice snapping patterns there, and it's like, well, these won't follow. Be nicer to me. So as you can see, we do have to be concerned with flow rate, and it's holding plenty, so no issue there. Now there's the I'll get to that in a moment. There's the water pump that's providing it, but you see that? That is the pump needed to actually get it up high enough, because on its own that can go up 10 meters, I think it is, which this does end up being more than. This can push it, yeah, this push it, max head lift is 20 meters, that's, yeah, and the thing itself is at 14, it said. This actually doesn't say here. Anyway. But, yeah, so I have to have it extracting the water. I need the pump so it can actually go up that distance. and then it goes over and feeds into all that. Now, this thing is what ties in with the coupons, the sinks. So, what it does is it takes any material, and I don't know if that includes nuclear material, because there was nuclear waste that basically you couldn't do anything with. If that can destroy it, that'd definitely be nice. And if that is the case, I will start using nuclear power in my, well, any save that I get that far. But right now I have it set up because, I mean, these things get full of coal very easily, so I might as well just feed it in there. Okay, so that is all like that. I just want to make sure that's getting as much... Oh, that's right, that's why. I need to... You know, like, do something with these. But I don't even have steel production unlocked yet. That's what the next thing is. I had the coal. And I can have the iron, that's easy. It's just didn't unlock it yet. I found those. Alright. Well, let's head back. Hello? Yeah, leave it. One thing I'm gonna do, though... There's a reason. And it's actually a very good reason. So, those sinks are synced with each other. So I have the one over here. I found this out in the preview, in the fresh update 3 save I started. The one where I could have two I have two in different locations, because I've got one set up like that where it just is constantly going to be fed by stuff I don't need. I don't need that coal. And there's another, at least one other node there that I could just base things on and, like, for making steel, use that one instead of disrupting any of the power. So it feeding there is fine, but I could also set one up here so I could just dump whatever waste I have whenever I am finished with things there. Alright, let me get over there to start doing that. What else do I have to talk about? One thing that I wrote up, I don't remember how many days ago it was now. I just find it interesting that initially when I saw it a lot of places covering it. Not necessarily talking about it, but covering it. And then all just vanished. It's like, this is the kind of thing I would have thought that more people would have been paying attention to. Apparently, the Washington Post discovered, was able to get some documents that, sorry, I'm just losing track of what I'm doing a little bit. Cool. And they realized that that the CIA, along with the West German, so that's how old this has been going on, along with the West German intelligence agency was, they became partners in owning a crypto company. That, as in a company that was making cryptography machines. You don't really see those anymore because everything is just software based. But yeah, hell of a thing that. So I'm just. This actually would be faster because it gets rid of the intermediary step of things. So now I think, yeah, that is one thing that they changed. That's definitely nice. You don't need to then like purchase the things later. All right, so with 3, what could I unlock that I actually want? I mean, this is stuff that I really want. Probably best just leave it for now. Anyway, let's get over this. This is just gonna be a little nut. Oh my god, I also, yeah, okay. This is gonna be big. You meant to, you know what, I guess I could actually put the effort in to do that. To get set up automated making stuff, because I just did the basic steel production basically by hand, no assemblers. It takes a lot to manage that. To keep talking low, and I shouldn't, because I don't think it can, the mic picks it up then. But yeah, it took a lot of materials. And I haven't even done anything with it. Right there. But the fact that it uses the screws is going to make the reinforced iron plate is going to prove useful for me. Alright. The thing I just unlocked. But anyway, going back to that story, so yeah, they apparently found that since the 70s, even the 60s, the CIA had been part owner of this company that they were making that would make crypto stuff, crypto hardware. I actually want that open. And they would make sure that the equipment wasn't compromised exactly. It's not like there was an actual serious kind of back door there where it's like, oh, it'll just turn over the cryptographic keys or something like that. No, but it would, it was designed, the algorithms were designed so that they could be quickly and easily broken. That if you knew what to look for, you'd be able to figure out what the key was very efficiently. And I think at one point in the article it said that this translated to, in some cases, what an operation that would take months to decrypt a message would take seconds. And also part of it was, one thing that was pointed out is what I mean, is that it didn't help with trying to intercept any. I also just realized I forgot to turn off the speakers. It wouldn't help with trying to intercept any of the messages. It's just once you had them, you could use. But yeah, and these machines were sold all over the world. There was a list of countries that would get completely secure versions just in case they were ever compromised, but it's still, that's quite a story. Forgot I have that. Okay. I'm just gonna throw the ingots in. Can't. That is how fast this stuff is going. Actually, I think I just... Don't I only have... I think I just set up 2. Oh, no. I have plenty more. Why are you... Oh, you're why. That should help some. It's just not the most balanced at the moment. If I had that going faster, it would make it. Alright, so... I need... that... minimum. See, unfortunately, this is like a really messy location because of how I've got other things built up here. And the fact that I can't really build vertically that easily at the moment. I wanted to see if I had any of the Keterarium, because then I could get the exolet. Yeah, going back to that one story, the company has since gone bankrupt and actually, so it's now no longer a thing, except that these machines, some are still out there. I mean, it's a hell of a story. It really is. It's also one that, to me, the more impressive thing is how long it went. Because, yeah, the pod is invisible. Because, I mean, let's face it, there isn't an intelligence agency in the world that wouldn't want exactly that. Exactly what the CIA managed. I mean, they all will want that. It's just impressive that they managed to keep it going so long. I want screw. I'm just trying to decide. I might need to like completely take things apart here to manage to do this. Just see, this'll need reinforced. Well, even just getting the reinforced. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. This is. All right. I'm gonna change this whole setup. Gonna basically tear this apart. I'm gonna have. No, could do it that way. Let me try doing that. Try coming up with a stackable design. So I need 3 of those. Pop that. That's something that you see on the Reddit, because I do look at that every now and then to see what the latest news is on this stuff and such. Is this stackable designs? But I wonder if I will be able to do what I have envisioned, which would be to set up a stack that will have a constructor each, feeding into, well, a constructor each for, oh, I need, yeah, by the way, those numbers do get broken very easily, but set up for, bars, plates, and screws. And then, like, have it all passed down so I can access it from the ground. All right, there. I'll try building it over here. I'm gonna need more than that. Wait. There. Fortunately, I don't have the conveyor walls at the moment, and that is what I would need. Okay. Three by 3 should be larger than I need. I'm looking into getting conveyor walls. Give me another one. The complexity of what you feed into it does impact its speed. So that's some good stuff in here. I'm not gonna need that for quite a while. The heat sink. Computers I will probably need sooner. The module heavy frames are just a pain in the ass, so they're worth hanging on to. Alright, so look at this. 198. I mean, I'm already 9, 10. Alright. Okay. So let's grab that. That is the design I prefer to those. That's... Okay, so I still have 9. I could do that. I could. I don't know if I will. Yeah, let's just do that. Because, I mean, this stuff is gonna be so helpful. So... Alright. Oh yeah, the Sam's Story DLC from Metro Exodus is out now. And as I was hoping, I did get a key. So I have reviewed that, and hopefully that review will be live before long. I did put up, and made public... Yes, because I did a playthrough of the base game before touching either DLC. I did as a New Game Plus playthrough. I'm pretty sure I talked about this already, but all of the base game videos, those are now up. And I also did it while recording the heart rate tracker, because that's what I do as another side thing. That will, I have those videos scheduled with the heart rate tracker coming out at another time. I like keeping a Monday, Thursday schedule. That's like, oh, I need them in about a month. I'll just use these. Alright. I got it. So I want... Okay, so this is not actually gonna be big enough. You'll see why soon. Because these are a little bit wider than the foundations. See? Oh, and see, they're the new conveyor wall thing. To help me with spacing, those two. This will actually work. Okay, so with that, especially since I will also have those now. Well, I do have them now. Not will have them, I do have them. I like that. I like having things neat. So that change is so very welcome. There. I would want... And they're never gonna line up perfectly. I'd want it like that. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna need to set up power, but that actually would be very easy because of these. So I'd be able to do that. take power. So there. My thing is that this is gonna go at half speed because it. I say it takes 3. Oh, because it's 3 to 2. That's 1 to 1, and then this is 5 to 20. Yeah, so I could do that, and then no walls. Oh, that there. I might be able to get the room I need, though. So I can get them there. Production. There. That's fine. Okay. And that's all the way over already. Although at least now that lines up better. Let's see about this. There. So, yeah, this will work then. This will work for a stackable design. There. The only real issue is routing it at the base then. That's going to be a pain, but it'll work. I will be able to have this work. Because the hard part of of just figuring this part out is done. Okay. Alright, so pop those. Let me... I don't have any. You... It'll be a while. Unfortunately, it does seem to use exponential growth there, which doesn't quite seem appropriate, if I'm honest. I don't even know what that'll do. Might not do anything. I should unlock those actually soon enough. Let's see what happens with the Mercer Sphere. It might not take... Well, no, it'll have to take it. But I've got no idea how valuable it is. So let's just quickly save it. No, it doesn't take it. Okay. So then I wonder if that is also what would happen with the fuel waste, the nuclear waste. Yeah, look at it, so much faster. Fortunately, it's going to run out before long, but just want the door. Well, no, I want the stairs. Doors I don't care so much. How much did the... 2? Oh, so I actually may hit that. Ah, so close. So close. No, yeah, I just have a whole bunch of odds on me. Use that. The funny thing is, I don't even like using the stairs that much. But it's, I need the walkways. Which I also need to unlock. But those are legitimately what I prefer, the walkway. Yep. They don't have any yet. Yeah, I don't think that this really should be... I mean, I understand why you'd use an exponential growth thing here, but it's also... You're gonna run out then. It's like, it really makes it hard for you to balance... Well, for you to be able to add things to this. Because it will get more and more expensive, so it's like, oh, well, I already, spent things... But now I want this other thing that just got added. What am I to do? Well, you're to either wait a very, very long time or give up and start over. It's like, I do feel that linear would be a better approach. Yeah, let that go for now. Alright, so the height for these is... It's actually been in the experimental for a while, but actually no, I think they may have actually added it to the early access. I don't remember now, but the mass dismantle, which is so nice. It just is. Whoops. Unfortunately, there's no way to unselect, aside from just restarting. Nope, I did not mean to get rid of that. Okay. So... there. That'll be the input. For now, gonna do this just so I get the spacing. Ah, well, no, it's not that big a deal, actually. There. Now I want a splitter here. Well, yeah, let's actually... That is actually, oh no, that'll work. Then I'll just do that. But that's technically in a different position. At some point, they may figure out that, oh, we really shouldn't let people do that. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't really know what that is aligning with, but I'll do it anyway until now because I realized that, oh wait, it doesn't look nice here. Yeah, it still doesn't. So might as well let it align. Okay, there. Then power double-sided there. Alright. There. Alright. Oh, well, that's annoying. Ow. That's not too hard to fix, really. Basically, I just need to move these down by one. I honestly don't even know if that'll connect up correctly. I could also push all these down by one, which may not be a bad idea anyway. Can I? Is there... I think they might just barely be enough. Yes! Let me see, I was talking about... Yeah, what was the last thing I was talking about before I just abruptly stopped because I was focused on this? It was the, Sam Story DLC for Metro Exodus being out, which, as I was saying... Oh, yeah. That. And... This quick. So I have played it, and... I mean, you'll want to see the review for all the details. I was not that impressed by it. I wasn't. I wish I was. I really do wish that I could say something more positive than that, but... And it's not bad. The best way I can think to put it is... It's a, kind of sale recommendation that I would give it. Because I'm not going to give it a bad recommendation. It does not deserve that. It is better than that. But it is... not that great. I much more enjoyed the Two Colonels DLC. That's very much a story DLC though, so it may not surprise anyone that I like it. But I also feel that it did do a very good job. Alright. You know what? Let me just... There. I got this thing for getting rid of resources. Use it. Oh. But yeah, the Two Colonels was much better in my opinion. But I will admit, I love good stories, so... Yes, it is. So, if you give me a good story, which it is, I'm gonna be happy. There we go. Don't remember how many I had. That's how many I have. Wait, that's not the right alignment. I'm gonna have to move that. Gonna have to move quite a bit, I think. But that's okay. I mean, it's just... that's kind of how the game works. What all does this... okay, I... so it's got one over here that doesn't go to anything else. That, so I'm gonna have to redo all the power over there, but that I think will be fine. There, let me see that this will work. Yes, it will. Just realize that that's a bad position for that power pole thing because it can't be seen then. But that's easy enough. There. There. Right, so now that can be easily accessed. I like my northwest corners. There. That I can actually move. Oh, something else that they did. It now snaps. Oh, they did so many things that would make me happy. Alright, so those should now be getting power. So once I set all this stuff up, it'll be good. I knew that would be the case. Alright, so that's all hooked up and raring to go. I'm gonna dump what ingots I have in there. See how you're going. Oh, got me one. Alright, now let's here. Northwest corner. There. Actually, yeah, I'm doing that in the wrong order for what I want to do. I should also look to see... oh, yeah, that. A quick update to something actually from the last video. How that the Raise the Game bundle from AMD has been updated. It now actually does include the RX 5600 XT. I'm trying to remember what all it offers. I think it was similar to the 5700 XT. Sorry, the 5700 series offerings. Those are the wrong sizes, but that's okay. Sorry, it's the wrong type, wrong tier of belt, but fix that. There. 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 And there. I'm so looking forward to getting the steel set up. Alright. So now... yeah, I will be able to do it that way. Okay. There. There. Yeah, since the smelters literally do nothing but smelt, I really wish that they would just figure out that, oh, you're feeding me this ore, I'll smelt that ore. So yeah, as I was saying, so I think that's Monster Hunter. I mean, no, I don't think. Yeah. So I think it's Monster Hunter World with the Iceborne expansion and the Resident Evil game. I don't remember which one though. Alright, so this is all good. It's all very good. I'll just be routing those down into these two. Okay, here is how I will do it. Oh, I just realized I screwed this up. I didn't make sure the output is stackable. Okay. I'm not worried though. I got an idea. Sort of. Part of an idea? I'll do it over here first. So what I forgot was basically set up mergers here. I mean, this one will be easy to set up because there's so much room. It's getting both of these done that will be tricky. Oh, I didn't even realize that isn't even aligned properly. Oh. I just want to make sure that I have it set up the same. Okay, yes, so this is the same now. I hate not having the legs. Alright. So... So I can have this down. That's also true. I don't have it set up so that the this will keep going. Maybe have an idea. I can do that. Alright, so now that will allow me to have an input come in, and it can be carried up, and I can just run it around the outside to have it go back there. You know what? Screw it. This alignment quite well enough. I mean, I technically don't need the wall there. That much is true. Yeah, so that won't align. I don't think this will... Oh, no, that would align. It is a lot harder to design a stackable thing than you'd think, especially when I want 3 things going on inside. If it were 2, it would be so much easier, because this is, 1 input, 3 outputs. Alright, but yeah, I'm figuring I can just... do that, basically, but it'll, just have it go down, well, up, actually. What's it? There's Steam soundtrack sale, which is pretty neat. Just that they were doing it. Because they finally have split off the soundtrack stuff, so it's handled a little differently on Steam. The Arcturus V BIOS suggests... so Tech PowerUp got their hands on the BIOS for the Arcturus GPU, which was first teased last year, I think, in August or September, something like that. Having 128 compute units on it, but is clearly targeting servers because it won't have a doesn't have 3D out support. Let me. I think I could just. that works there, and I can shift all this stuff down. I do have the room for that. There. Now, unfortunately, it will not be very balanced doing it this way, but it will work. And there are people that want the asymmetrical. And hey, maybe since we got these things now, they'll figure out how to do that for conveyor belts too. So that's... that's all set up. I know it would be nice, but is there the room for it? It looked like there might actually be. Nope, doesn't like that. That would be awesome. Could I... Let's try. If I can shift this down even 1. That may then be enough. That's a splitter, not a merger. That may be enough. Okay, so that'll actually work there just fine. Wait, that's still... oh! I just took up slack in that position. Okay. Okay, so... that will work there, which means it will also work here. And... yeah. There. All right, there. And so that it still has everything working. All right. Okay, so I got this figured out. This is a design that will let me stack up, which need to figure out about this though. Okay, that's a good sign already. Okay, so that I don't recall being able to do before. Have it actually be built on a wall like that. That is... I do need more stuff over there. More concrete. So yeah, well, that Arcturus BIOS definitely showed that it was server part and quite powerful. There was a leaked slides for Intel's XE GPUs that this was from Digital Trends, I think? I don't always remember the names of the sources. I'm sorry about that. But according to the leaked slides that they had, it will be a, it'll actually be an MCM design. Well, sort of. Actually not completely certain on that. But that it will use GPU tiles, and these tiles will have so many execution units on them, the equivalent to AMD's compute units and NVIDIA's CUDA cores, though the number of actual components in them may differ, likely will. So it's important that I set that up so I can see that everything does in fact work. There. But what the original slides were indicating was that this would be the execution units would be at around 128 in a tile. But there has been a follow-up to that. WCCF Tech had it that it will... No, I know how I should do this, so I'm gonna do it that way. That's just one version. And not even the highest performing version. According to their sources, the Intel's XE will have two different tile designs. One I have this backwards. Just because I need it going up, not down. Keep wanting other things than I had. But yeah, according to their rumor, their sources. Okay, that does have enough room. The stuff of that rumor was 128 execution units. That is not actually what we will end up. Well, that could be the part for consumers, but that there is a version that would have 512 execution units in a thing, in a tile. And because in theory you could have as many as 4 of these tiles, that adds up. That actually worked. That might not. So I do need to figure this out. You know what? I'm gonna this way. It's a little easier to see heights that way. I mean, I know exactly how I can do it. I just don't really want to do it that way. Nope, that's... So that's a stackable design for this stuff. Which also means something. Please. But yeah, so we could end up seeing from Intel GPUs that could have as many as 2048 of their execution units in them. Now, CCF techs, WCCF techs source also said though that it only 1 and 2 tile versions had been approved. So that you may not actually see those come to be, but it's still, that's a lot of performance. They also made the point though that because it's technically a different architecture, that we might also that's not in the right spot. That it might be that there are fewer of the actual compute elements, the shader cores. Okay, so this. Wait, I'm confused. So like yes, it may be more execution units, but there might be less inside of the execution units. I did shift it. Okay. And how long have I been? Oh wow, I've been going for quite a while. Because of the I'm. You know what? Here, I'm gonna rebuild that here and make it taller. I'm just gonna focus on this. So with that rumor, it was that, well, yes, 4 tiles of the 128 execution unit, you'd get 512. 4 of the 512 execution unit tiles would give you 2048. But it's possible that those execution units will have fewer of the actual shader cores in them, the part that does the math, in which case then it may balance out differently. There could be advantages to having that kind of setup though, where there's more execution units but fewer of the shader cores in them, because it may make some of the parallelization easier. Well, allow more parallelization for tasks that don't need as much of the shader cores. Alright, what's the next thing I got? Oh yeah, the EK professional parts. I didn't write anything up for that, but I think it's kind of interesting. So they are making parts now that would be targeting professional setups like servers or workstations, including a new quick disconnect, special GPU terminals that have a 45-degree angle, so they don't just go straight out, they'll actually go out at an angle. Kind of like, so, you know, because all this stuff is set up like that, but, you know, so it'll be like that. So, yeah, it's like, I actually had the perfect thing for showing this. So it's like, if you got to come over here, you know, it's going to be like that, takes up more room than if you are doing something like this. Although, getting that alignment just right is... See, this is a much softer turn than this. Yeah, it just dawned on me that this is perfect, but yeah, so you can see that one's going to be easier than this one. But also a manifold. But also 2 different manifolds, one for handling 2 CPUs and 2 GPUs, and another for handling 2 CPUs and 4 GPUs. And it would be set up, because the water goes in, then it goes out, they would be in parallel, which some people may find preferable. The Satisfactory Update 3 we've been in, and then also a leak suggesting that Apple is working with AMD APUs, which is definitely interesting because Apple has had their Intel partnership for a very long time at this point, but and that gets to what is so interesting to me is that, you know, Apple's been working with Intel for such a long time, and Apple's been working with AMD ever since they basically were like, you know what, NVIDIA kind of sucks with some of this stuff. So we're gonna get rid of that relationship. I think it was driver issues. It's like they couldn't always rely on NVIDIA to get certain stuff fixed. I don't fully remember that whole story. Yep, that's go. But I don't know if they would actually go to using AMD CPUs. Although the fact that it is APUs would suggest then that it is, I don't know about all the alignments for this. That's not right. I thought I was safe. So, there and there. I just realized I have it backwards. But the thing about it that is so interesting to me with this rumor is Intel and Apple have had a relationship for a long time. True, the new AMD CPUs are very efficient compared to Intel's because they managed to go to 7 nanometer, and Intel's still on 14 nanometer. Also, AMD has the better GPUs than Intel does in their CPUs. But here's where it's weird to me, is that you'd think a long relationship with Apple, Intel would be able to say, hey, we got this covered. Yes, we run into issues, but we're gonna manage to get through them. So if Apple really is considering going to AMD for stuff, that could either be bad news for Intel that maybe they're struggling more than we think, or, and this is even more likely, to be fair, than Intel's still having that series of issues. I mean, they're getting better. They are getting better. It could also be that it's just Apple's like, this has gone on long enough. We're at least going to start second sourcing with AMD, especially since Intel's also having, and this is my own speculation, by the way, but because Intel's been having the supply issues anyway. So it could be we're going to start doing this so that way we're not always so partially impacted by issues that you have. And with that, I can actually stop the recording and get that processing. Oh, geez, an hour and 23 minutes. It happens when I do this game. I like this game. Alright, but yeah, I'm going to finish up this stackable stuff and then probably stop. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I may set up one for the copper as well. That's just over there. I might even try doing it for the concrete. But anyway, I gotta stop this now so it can get processed, get uploaded, especially since it's gonna have to compete with some other videos that are uploading right now. See you next time.